Hi everyone, my name is Rhea Cosala Castillo and our topic for today is Direction of Science and Technology in the Philippines. And for our learning outcome, after this lesson, you should be able to learn about the history of science and technology in the Philippines, explore Filipinos in science and technology in the Philippines, and identify the various variables impact the advancement of science and technology in the Philippines. And here are the introduction of our lesson.
The Philippines has been strengthening its science and technology industry for many years. The country has continuously engaged and developed interest in the science and technology through school method, enabling students to learn the scientific method, scientific principles and skills, and methodologies. Moreover, agencies like the Department of Science and Technology has been pivotal in advancing and championing innovation, science and technology projects. These efforts are in cooperation with academic institutions, government agencies, private sectors, and non-government organizations, among others, all supporting the development of the country. In policy development, science and technology has been extensively utilized to address various issues in agriculture, health, and education. By leveraging innovations in these fields, policymakers can implement more effective and sustainable solutions to these pressing problems. Throughout history, science and technology has evolved significantly.
In this lesson, we will able to trace the evolution and development of science and technology in the country that have significantly improved quality of life for Filipinos. And now, let's proceed the brief historical backgrounds of science and technology in the Philippines. Based po sa statement nito, before colonization, early Filipinos has already practiced science and technology sa kanilang pang-araw-araw na pamumuhay. They farm, fish, built houses, made tools, at nakapag-aral sila ng star na kung saan pwedeng masabi ang oras at panahon. Nakagamit din sila ng plants as medicine. This is called indigenous people or folk science. During Spanish era naman po, dito na po pumasok yung education. School and university were established, and this subject like medicine and natural science were introduced. Kumbaga, yung mga university at school daw po ay na-establish na ng panahon ng Spaniard. The Spaniards also brought Western tools, technology, and ideas. That progress was limited because of strong religious belief and superstition. American era naman po, the science and technology developed further. They built school, hospital, roads, and bridges, and they introduced a public education system. Research focused on health, sanitation, and disease. Filipino were also given more opportunities to study and gain new knowledge. After World War II naman po, much of the country was destroyed. Kumbaga, nung World War II po, nasira yung mga establishment. But rebuilding efforts focus on school, hospital, transportation, and training people in science and technology. When it comes modern times naman po, the Philippines has continued to strengthen science and technology, producing more science, engineers, and professionals, while also receiving support from other countries and training and development. Now let's proceed development of science and technology in the Philippines. We have two influences which are internal influences and external influences. Sa internal influences, we have three which are survival, cultural, and economic activities. And sa external influences naman po is may tatlo din which are foreign colonies, trade with foreign countries, and internal economic demands. Science and technology may have a significant impact on the lives of the people and in the development of Philippine society. However, improving the quality of science education remains a big challenge in the country. School science, from education to graduate education, is improving slowly, and there are only few students enrolling in science and technology courses. Now we will discuss about the famous Filipino in the field of science. Science is filled with names of foreign scientists. Ito ay sila Einstein, Galileo, Faraday, Newton, Darwin, and many Western scientists. But according to Li Chua, in-identify niya yung 10 outstanding scientists who had made significant contribution in our country. Maraming mga notable scientists na hindi na-identify dito, but these are the ones who are also famous abroad, especially in the different science disciplines like agriculture, mathematics, physics, medicine, marine science, chemistry, engineering, and biology. The first Filipino scientist is Sir Ramon Cabanas Barban. His outstanding research on tissue culture in Philippine mangoes. Siya po yung nagpauso or nagpasikat ng research about sa Philippine mangoes, which is ito yung picture.
Josepino Cacas Comiso, his work on observing the characteristic of Antarctica by using satellite images. NASA satellite.
And the next Filipino scientist is si Jose Bejar Cruz Jr. He also known as internationally in the Philippines of Electrical Engineering. He was elected as officer of the famous Institute of Electrical and Electronic Engineering.
Lourdes Hansoy Cruz for her research on sea snail venom. Biochemist.
The fifth scientist naman po is si Fabian Millar Dairit. His research on herbal medicine and virgin coconut oil. Kumbaga siya po yung nag-research about sa herbal medicine and coconut oil.
Rafael Dineros Guerrero III. His research on tilapia culture. Fisheries scientist. Developed sex reversal techniques in tilapia.
Sa pang-7 na scientist naman po is si Enrique Mapua Ostera. Siya ay isang neonatologist at siya ay naka-imbento ng meconium drug test for the newborns.
Lilian Formilejo Patina for doing research on plant biotechnology.
And sa pang-siyam na scientist naman po ay kabilang doon si Marijo Panganiban Ruiz for being an outstanding educator and graph theorist.
Gregory Ligot Tangononan. His research in the field communication technology.
And now, sa susunod na present po is meron tayong 4 na scientist na kung saan sila yung outstanding Filipino scientist na hindi lang dito sumikat kundi pati na rin sa ibang bansa.
Cesar Saloma, an international renowned physicist. Edgardo Gomez, famous marine scientist.
And yung pangatlong scientist naman po nito ay si William Padolina, a chemistry and president of National Academy of AV Science and Technology. And the last scientist who famous here in the Philippines and abroad is Angel Alcala. He also known as marine scientist. Maraming famous scientists na hindi na-identify. That's why our country still need more scientists and engineers to support scientific research in our country. And the government must find ways to establish more research laboratories and research institutes. And dito na po nagtatapos ang aming video presentation, Lesson 1. Thank you for watching.
Good day everyone, my name is Gail Ariel Jaya Falbao and I am here in this video presentation because I'm going to discuss and report the given lesson to us. Our topic is all about the science and technology programs in the Philippines. But before I start this lesson, I would like to give you a brief information or knowledge about our lesson. I researched the importance and purpose of our lesson for today. And according to my research, science and technology are important in the Philippines because they drive progress, strengthen the economy, protect the environment, improve health, and prepare the nation for a better and more advanced future. So, mapapansin natin kung sa early age ng ating generation, makikita natin ng napakalaking differences ang nabigay ng teknolohiya at ng science sa ating mga Pilipino. Because, kung may compare lang natin, meron tayong iba't ibang gadgets, right? Gadgets ngayong generation natin. But way back in that early generation, wala pa tayong gadgets na meron tayo ngayon. And that is the importance of how the programs in the Philippines or the science and technology programs enhance us to redevelop, to improve, to innovate, and to give a better quality of life for every Filipinos. Science and technology has been grown and improved in our country because in an early practices or traditional practices, we are influenced by colonizers. And after that, we are influenced by the colonizers. We have faced many wars, di ba? Familiar tayo na marami ang gera ang dumating sa ating bansa noon. And after that, na-rebuild ang science and technology dahil nagkaroon ng progress. And this progress produce creative skills and strong people who work in different science and technology careers. Nagkaroon ng maraming progress sa ating bansa after ng gera. After ng maraming gera. In this lesson, we are going to learn about these programs and the process of developing policies in science and also in technology. So bear with me. So makikita natin na ang ating gobyerno ang siyang unang nag-introduce or nag-implement ng mga programa na ating tatalakayin. Ang ASEAN po, ang ating tinatawag na Association of Southeast Asia's Nation. At isa ang ating bansa sa mga member nito. It is a regional organization that made up of 10 countries in Southeast Asia that work together to promote peace, stability, economic growth, and cooperation in the region. So, isa ang ating bansa sa mga member ng ASEAN. So, 10 countries, ang 10 different countries sa buong mundo ang nakapaloob sa ASEAN. And they are the organization na nagpo-promote ng kaayusan sa ating mga bansa. So the NRCP clustered these policies into 4 groups. So the clusters represent the main areas or programs of science and technology that focus in different fields. So dahil naka-cluster na ito yung binubuo or meron tayong 4 na clusters na binubuo ng iba't ibang uri or different kinds of fields na programs ng science and technology sa ating bansa. So let us tackle this. We have cluster 1, which is social science, humanities, education, international policies, and governance. So what is this kind of clusters? We have integrating ASEAN awareness in basic education without adding in the curriculum. So it is all about teaching students about ASEAN thought that exists subject to promote regional understanding and cooperation. This is we have emphasizing teaching mother tongue. This is all about using students' first language in early education to improve comprehension and learning skills. So, kung maaalala natin, noong tayo ay nag-grade 1 or nag-kinder or grade 1 to 3. Ito yung panahon na tayo ay pinapagamit ng ating mother tongue.